Hello, everyone. My name is Pastor Jesse. Welcome to my podcast. Earlier today, I made some videos concerning the upcoming presidential election in Nigeria. You can go and check it out if you've not watched it. But what is very important, in that video I talk about why you should be involved in politics and how you should know the right candidates to vote. But it's also very important for me to talk about what you should do and how you should relate with people that have contrary opinion regarding the politics over yours, that have contrary opinion to yours. Sorry, because I've been looking at people WhatsApp status. I'm not usually very consistent on social media, so I see a lot of statuses on WhatsApp, and so many of you are hostile towards people with a contrary opinion, and is not right. I know so many of you, you have to, you need to know sometimes that the fact that somebody has a contrary opinion to you doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't mean well for the country or for you. It is or our own opinion. There is nothing you can do about it, because if we all start trying to bully people over our opinion, it will literally create a chaos. Will create a scene we don't want. I see, there is something I see that is very wrong. And I'm saying this as a Christian, as a child of God, is morally wrong. Jesus never taught us that way. Jesus never intimidated or bullied someone. People can have their opinion. Don't swear at them. Don't just forget it. Politics is, we are living in a we are living in a democracy regime. I think it's democratic regime. Let me borrow that word. And majority is going to win the vote. Everybody is going to win the vote. You are to vote your own candidate and inspire others too. So it's going to be majority, meaning that there is room for different opinion and different choices. That's why we don't only have one person on going for the presidential election. There are so many people. So people are required to pick who they deem is fit enough for the position of the president and vote. So don't be harsh, don't be hostile, don't bully people. And sometimes you might not know you are bullying people, or you might be bullying people. I've seen people even putting a quote on their status that says they will go against their church, they will go against their pastor if they don't vote their candidate. That is so untrained of that person. That is not Christianity. That is so un-Christianity to act that way. Because you say why? Because now you are forcing your opinion on people. When we say force, it's not all force that requires physical action. Some force also requires verbal action. That's why we have what we call online bullying. You are intimidating people. Let people vote for who they want, because you don't know the sin you are wishing for. There is this saying that says, be careful what we wish for. Yes, sir. Nobody wants a war. Nobody wants a battle. So even at the end of the election, when the result is announced, whatever the result is, whatever came out of the result, take it with heart. I've been on the losing end before of a vote. I remember the last election, I voted for a candidate that didn't win. So I did my best, and the country became worse. And within my conscience, I knew that I didn't want this person in power. So, but that's it. That is as far as we can do. So, and if you are someone, you believe you know the right candidate, you want people to know the right candidate, what you can do is to, number one, pray about it. Then number two, campaign about it. So the tactics is not to go and intimidate people. It's not to go, carry this mob and bully people. Now, some people are afraid to say their candidates on some forums, because if they say they are candidates, people will come with insults. I know as a Christian, when you see this trend, is a worldly trend. It's not your trend. Listen, the fact that the people of the world identify with your candidate does not mean their structures, whatever structure they are going to build around that candidate, is morally accepted to your Christian faith. A very good example, I personally want to vote for Peter Obi. You understand? And I know majority of you too want to vote for Peter Obi. It doesn't mean that every Peter Obi, what would I call the word? Campaigner, everybody that is campaigning Peter Obi, it doesn't mean that we suddenly align in character or in belief or in principle. No, it doesn't. So it doesn't mean if you see someone post another candidate, maybe like Bola Ahmed Tinubu, then you see some Peter Obi people going to harass and intimidate that person on social media, then you join ship. No, you are still a Christian and you are first a Christian. I hope you get the point. So not just that, it's also vice versa. We see a lot of people from Tinubu camp bullying Peter Obi camp, and it's not something we want. It's something we frown on as Christians. It's something that Christ don't want. Listen, and if you are thinking, oh, I will leave the church, you are so untrained. You are so untrained. You're not even grounded in the doctrine of Christ. Because the doctrine of Christ says, love your neighbor. He said, what if we have enemies? He says, even love your enemies. And among these political contestants, there are no enemies there. These are even just our neighbor. They are not enemies. They are not enemies. There are three people who is going for the political position, and we have the grace, the liberty, the right to vote who we want. So we choose who we want and we vote and let peace reign. So when you see people campaigning their own contestants, which happen not to be your own, let them be. Let them be. Okay, what if you want to convince them? Well, you can, in an orderly manner, try to tell them why they should go for yours. And if they still insist or not, let them be. Don't start. Politics should not be why family will turn against each other, friends turn against each other. Don't do that. It's not of God. It's not Christ-like. It's not Christian-like. And you are first a Christian. Don't throw your Christian principles because of politics. Listen, the people I'm talking to know who I'm talking to. So I don't know if people might be offended by this statement, but I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Christians grounded in the things of God. And you should be a Christian too if you're not a Christian. Because where are you then if you're not a Christian? You are lost. You need to know the truth. So as Christians, as someone who is giving the message of truth, who is a protector of the message of truth, we live by it. Let peace reign. Let's have a very beautiful election. And whatever the outcome is, let peace reign. And let's keep praying for Nigeria. Thank you very much.